Hello, welcome to Dungeons Podcast. I'm your host Justin. On night 2 of Vampire Week, we're reviewing 1973's Lemora, which is a supernatural horror film directed by Richard Blackburn, who also stars in the film as the Reverend, though he's like a side character. The the main the main star of the film is Cheryl Smith, who plays Lila Lee in the movie, and you also have Lesley Gilb as the the titular vampire Lemora, right? And you also have Pyke as the bus driver. I don't know. Apparently, he's like a producer or something. So this movie is considered a cult classic. I saw a review for this movie recently, and the entire time I'm watching the review, I'm seeing the footage, and it looks like an American like ripoff, like remake of like Valerie and Her Week of Wonders, which is a very creepy uh, European like vampire film, which I haven't seen because those Slavic films, man, like they, I don't, I'm not a huge fan of Slavic films. So, yeah, the movie is about, they don't really say what decade the movie's supposed to be in. It looks like 1930s or 20s, right? Which I'm guessing by some of the subject matter it is, right? Because the movie is about Lila Lee, who is the daughter of this gangster called Alvin Lee, who kills his wife who's cheating on him, and then drives off and gets attacked by the vampire Lemora and her coven of like vampires, right? And she learns about Lila and sends a letter to Lila saying, "Hey, your father's like dying. I'm taking care of him. Come to this creepy, deserted town alone, or I won't allow you to see him." Right? I'm imploring on your Christian nature, or whatever. And Lila Lee is like, the actress is 18, but she's like supposed to be like 13 or 14 in the film, and it's really creepy. She's been living with this reverend for like 3 years, who's reformed her and made her into this model Christian, but everybody hates her for it because of who her parents are, and they're apparently jealous of how beautiful this girl is, which every man in the film like hits on her, and she's supposed to be like 13, man. It's like it's super creepy. Yeah, super creepy, man. So like she goes to Astaroth, which the movie also rips off H.P. Lovecraft, because she goes to the town and everybody in the town look like either vampires or like ghouls or fucking some kind of weird like werewolf, right? And you know, she gets saved by these vampires and wakes up in this like house. Wakes up in this house. She's kept in like this like dungeon for like a day or two. Escapes, gets found by Lemora, right? Who's this creepy like vampire woman who has some kind of attraction to Lila, and is able to convince her that yeah, to like, you know, drink blood, eat like raw meat, sing for her and her like adopted vampire children. Man, it's like super uh like Lila. Here's the thing: a lot of people love this movie, and I'm just watching it, man, and it's like, Jesus Christ, this character's so dumb, right? But like, I have to keep reminding myself, oh, she's supposed to be like very young in the film. Like the subtitle for the movie is like A Child's Tale: The Supernatural, right? And like, she's there to see her father before she dies. Lemore won't even let her see her dad. So she gives him she gives her excuses, right? And what ends up happening is she, what ends up happening? He turns into like a werewolf or something, a ghoul, and attacks her. And you would think, okay, at that point she's gonna fucking leave. No, no, no. She stays, right, and gets bitten by Lemora, right. It's only until like she sees Lemora bite vampire fangs and sees her bite another kid in the film that she tries to run away, right? Which I'm not going to spoil if she does or she doesn't, right? So I'm going to be honest, I really did not like the film at all. The makeup effects were super bad. And I don't know if it could have been oh, this is the 70s, right? This is like the 70s, so it can maybe it's been a while since I've seen 70s films, but maybe the special effects weren't that great by that time. But dude, I've seen Hammer movies and Shaw Brother movies that had better special effects, and right. The special effects weren't that great in the film. Though the music is good and it's very haunting, creepy atmosphere, right? But it's the movie. The movie, you would almost, if I were to tell people, hey, this movie is actually an Italian horror film, you would probably believe it because almost every line in the film is ADR'd, right? It is dubbed over. So the point where almost everybody in the film just sounds like they're dubbed over, man. And some of the actors, doesn't even sound like that's their natural voice, which it could have been, and because it's ADR, it makes it feel like it's not their voice. But dude, it's very ADR in the film, man. It's very ADR. Sorry, my dog is barking. Yeah, I'm gonna yeah, usually I take her out by now, before she goes, I put her to bed. But yeah, the movie, I don't know, it's the thing where maybe if I had seen this film when I was young, 10 or 15 years ago or whatever, maybe even 20 years ago, I would have enjoyed this film, because this film, I guess, is supposed to be for kids, because it's like a child's tale of the supernatural. But because of the subject matter, it's very sexualized subject matter, and people call this movie a lesbian vampire movie, which you'd be surprised how many lesbian vampire movies there are. Half of them are comedies, but still, there's a surprising lot of lesbian vampire movies. Yeah, this is not for kids, so it's kind of okay, who the fuck is this movie for? It seems like this movie is for film students and horror snobs, but for normal people, I don't know, man. For normal people, I don't know, man, because a lot of normal people are gonna be probably turned off by the subject matter. There's a reason why this movie bombed when it first came out, and it was it wasn't even put on VHS. It wasn't until I heard this movie didn't even get a release until 2015, because this movie, people blame the Catholic Church, but it's really, probably a lot of people watch this and were pretty put off by the subject matter. Lila should have probably have been at least 15, 16. Having her be 13 and being hit on by all these people, including the lesbian vampires, probably turned off a lot of people, right? Yeah, but I will give the movie credit that the story, it's very elaborate, and well, it's a simple story, but all the lore that they put into it, and the creepy atmosphere and the music, I'm giving it. Even though I didn't like the movie, I'm still giving it a 6 out of 10. But yeah, this isn't a movie I would ever watch again, to be honest. So the next movie we're going to watch for Vampire Week is going to be Full Moon Pictures, like Vampire Journals. It's the thing where like I thought this movie would have been great, so I picked like a bad movie for the next movie to review. But I oh my god, man. So yeah, the other movies we're going to review for Vampire Week is going to be Queen of the Damned, Stakeland, and if I can find a copy, Forsaken, right? But if you guys have any vampire movie suggestions, let me know in the comments. But for Vampire Week, we're kind of trying to review lesser known vampire movies or notoriously like kind of bad vampire movies. Even though I like Queen of the Damned and John Carpenter's Vampires, a lot of people hate those movies. Yeah, so let's keep that in mind. All right, guys, peace.